experienced. Albuquerque is the opposite. You know, the APD in Albuquerque is the opposite of the APD in Austin, Texas. I mean, they are dangerous thugs on average. And their own squad. You haven't seen the squad car video where he's pulling up? He was fired off the state police for bizarre behavior, and he says, I'm going to kill this guy, and brags to the other cops, and they say on the tape, on the radio, the squad car, they go, why are you going to do that? And then he goes up and kills the homeless guy. I mean, again, exactly. We have a problem with craziness in this country. Whether it's in the police department or some guy shooting up the police department, mental illness is the issue. I appreciate your call. Great points. And your line in the sand is my line in the sand. All right, I'm going to just take 7, 8 calls next segment. I'm going to Patrick. And then I'm going to Mark. And I'm going to Josh and James and Ryan and William and Richard and John and David and everybody else. Straight ahead, Infowars.com. There's no other talk radio like it. On the eve of Thanksgiving this year, I was thinking, what am I really thankful for? And I got to tell you, it's my family. It's all the blessings of liberty that our forebears secured. And it's you, the listeners of the broadcast, who've made everything we do possible. This Black Friday, I decided to bring you the biggest special we've ever offered on any of the nutraceuticals at InfoWarsLife.com. I'm talking about Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver that we've been sold out of for months. This time I doubled down and got even more. As of me taping this on the eve of Thanksgiving, we have already sold half of it. So instead of keeping the price at its regular discounted price, we are going to give you 20% off and free shipping on single bottles. But if you get 4 bottles, we're going to give you the 5th one free and the free shipping. I don't know how long this special will run, but if supplies last, we will extend it out until Cyber Monday. You'll find powerful nutraceuticals like Silver Bullet and others at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Again, this is Alex Jones wishing you all a blessed and happy Thanksgiving and thanking you all for your support of freedom.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
For months, the InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver has been completely sold out. Now, we have finally procured a limited supply from one of the leading manufacturers of nutraceuticals in the nation. But here's what's truly exciting. While we could simply sell the Survival Silver for its already discounted shelf price, we have decided to give back to you, the listeners, who make it all possible with a pre-Black Friday mega sale. We are launching this mega special with an unprecedented 20% off and free shipping on all Silver Bullet across the board while supplies last. And to help everyone stock up before the next shortage, when you buy 4 bottles of Silver Bullet, you will receive the 5th one absolutely free. That's on top of the 20% off savings and free shipping. Finally, if supplies hold, we will extend this special out to Cyber Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, we've never done anything like this before. Find this mother of all specials and others I've not yet announced yet at InfoWarsStore.com or call 888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsStore.com.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
We now take you live.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
We're going to Brian in just a moment and others. Our forebears with the colonies met. They organized. They had a plan. They listed the criminal actions that had been committed, and they said, join us if you want to resist this foreign invasion of an illegitimate king who's violating Englishmen's rights. And people joined them, and they won. And then you could decide which side you were going to join. Only the minority joined the Republic, but it had the rights, so it won. That's the type of rebellion I would join. But you want to randomly shoot some fire department people or burn down your own church or shoot the police station up? No, I'm not going to join that. British government makes it where the U.S. couldn't bring in or the colonies couldn't bring in their own tea, but select groups could, and you want to sabotage a ship with tea on it? Made a big point. It's the Boston Tea Party. Smart. Designed to resonate with the people as justice in the face of injustice. It's like a black woman sitting at the front of the bus. She was told to go to the back, Rosa Parks. Those are the types of civil disobedience that I'll sign on to. Not shooting firefighters. Not shooting random cops. No. Never. And notice the enemy, the George Soros-connected groups, Time Magazine, CNN, are endorsing Ferguson. Well, you're going to find me on the opposite end of CNN every time. Just get ready for that. Meanwhile, I told Art Acevedo, the Austin police chief, he's probably been on the show 6-7 times, in here, that his federally funded blood draw, even though I say it's a good department, it does a lot of bad federal stuff, I said it would get overturned at the Texas and the federal Supreme Court. It's been overturned to the Supreme Court once, partially another time that he claims is a victory. Now at the Texas Supreme Court last week, KXAN, a law that allows Texas police officers to draw the blood of suspected drunk drivers without a warrant, has been ruled unconstitutional by the Court of Criminal Appeals. The law allowed officers to draw blood or breath tests from DWI suspects against their consent and for that to be used as evidence against them. And they go on to say that we hold that a nonsensical search for DWI suspects' blood conducted pursuant to the mandatory blood draw and implied consent provisions in the Transportation Code when undertaken in the absence of a warrant or any applicable exception to the warrant requirement violates the Fourth Amendment, said the ruling. No kidding. So again, we spank the political people when they do something wrong. We have a debate with them, and we win. And they'll probably keep violating, we sue again. But we don't go shoot up the police department and lose the moral high ground. Besides, these departments are all handicapped by regulations and federal control. They're just under federal command. The issue is they're under federal control. It's self-controlled by the UN, under UNESCO. Look it up. What I'm saying is don't blame the janitor for what the CEO is doing. Stop focusing on the police. Focus on the robber barons, the Davos, the Bilderberg groups up there getting, $14 trillion bailouts of our tax money and stuff, of derivatives that's not even our debt. That's the crime, not like morons just running out and blowing something up. That's what the system wants us to do. They're going to do that and blame it on us. We sure don't need to do it for them. Fly an airplane into the IRS like Joe Stack did. They need that because they're committing so many crimes, no due process, tyranny at the IRS, that when they get attacked, it makes them feel okay about what they're doing. Gandhi didn't physically attack anybody. He let them deal out the abuse but exposed them, and the British Empire fell. There's a time to defend yourself, but it's only when you're cornered and don't have any other choice. Then you have the high ground. You don't go out and lose the high ground. And the globalists want us to give up the high ground. I'm going to shut up and go to your calls. Brian in Iowa, thanks for holding. You're on the air. Go ahead, Brian. You're on the air. Okay, he's not there. Let's go ahead and move on to Patrick in Illinois. Patrick, you're on the air. Go ahead. I must have a phone system problem. Okay, we didn't have that turned on. Sorry, we'll go back to Brian in a minute. Go ahead, Patrick.
Hey, Alex, have you heard about the individual in Ferguson who accidentally burned down his own home because it was dark and he thought it was a 7-Eleven? And then he attempted to dial 911, and the fire department said they're too busy. So he claimed that they were racist is the reason they didn't want to put out the fire that for his house that he burned down. But
yeah, I did hear about that. I did see that. Yeah, that's classic.
But the line in the sand was crossed a long time ago with the NDA and the Patriot Act. But we need to be, like you said with Gandhi, we need to remain peaceful, and we need to keep exposing it further till. Because I don't think your average person in the street, you're a student of history, you know, the French Revolution and the Red Brigades under Chairman Mao. The footage I see in Ferguson reminds me eerily of that. And they want to steer that towards their own phony revolution, not a peaceful revolution like you were saying.
Exactly. Look, they knew the Arab world was going to blow up because half the public's on subsistence level, so food prices go up, they start starving. They know hungry people blow up, so they then hijack it with an al-Qaeda revolution that our government funded and is now fighting to destabilize the whole region. That is so criminal. Exactly. We don't want a French Revolution here. We do not want that. That's my only point, is that if George Soros is trying to stir up socialist revolutions in America, then I'm not going to join with it. I'm sorry. Anything else?
Well, no, if you could maybe one of these days just go over and just show footage. I've seen so many documentaries about Chairman Mao and then the French Revolution. The footage is eerily similar, just different people in different clothes. It may be like a nightly news thing, but thank you for taking my call. We'll move on.
Oh, it was good to hear from you, brother. We're going to go to Richard in Rhode Island. Richard in Rhode Island, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Alex. I wanted to mention that guy that provoked Jakari. He was filming Jakari as Jakari was filming him, and I believe he was an agent provocateur. He's trying to provoke Jakari, and he was trying to provoke the crowd to turn on them, Joe and Jakari, and then you could blame InfoWars for trying to incite a riot.
That's right. For that, well, yeah, my crew thinks the guy's Justice Department. They followed him around. I'm not going to. It's an ongoing investigation, but there was this black guy with 2 masks on that came over to Joe Biggs and Jakari Jackson in Ferguson last week during the rioting and burning buildings, and kept trying to start a fight, basically, and tried to get other people to attack him. And he acted like an expert provocateur, did he not?
Yeah, I mean, it came close. The crowd almost turned on those 2 guys. It came close, I thought. I thought they kept their cool. I thought they were remarkable guys. But I want to say one thing about liars. Liars usually accuse someone else of what they're guilty of. He called Jakari a sellout, right? This guy says he's complaining about oppression, but people like him oppressed his neighborhood, you know? And they lie about you all the time. I see it all the time. And you're the innocent one here.
I just want my kids to have a future. I mean, here's how I judge things. What do I want for my children who are going to grow up with your children? I want justice. I want freedom. They want to brand a peaceful revolution as shooting up firefighters. It's so simple. I can't believe Time Magazine endorses burning stuff down. Can you believe that?
Yeah, they're provocateurs, too.
No, I agree. And if they indict Brown's stepfather, they should indict the writer of this article in Time Magazine. I mean, I think he's covered by the First Amendment to endorse overall burning and rioting because you're not calling for it in a certain spot in time. But still, I have a right to say I think it's dirty and nasty and stinks to high heaven, and I'm boycotting Time Magazine. Stay with us. More calls coming up.
In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operations.
We let the worst people get controlled and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime Directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
A popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda